You're watching Modelo Kickoff Week.
Welcome to Tucson, where the air of excitement and anticipation is as thick as the Arizona humidity. Well, tonight, the Wildcats bear down on a new era under the leadership of a new head coach in a new conference and sporting the second longest win streak in the country. It is the 21st ranked Arizona Wildcats taking on the Lobos from New Mexico. Welcome to ESPN College Football. It's presented by IHG Hotels and Resorts. This is Modelo Kickoff Week. Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Custer. Oh, it's so good to be back with my partner, Rod Gilmore.
My guy.
And we got Lauren Sisler back with us as well on the sidelines. I tell you what, been a lot of changes around Tucson. They've come with even bigger expectations. You look at this program here, highest preseason ranking since 1999, and arguably the best quarterback receiver.
Okay, guys, this is my coin. This is hands.
Yeah, massive expectations, and they just skyrocketed when quarterback Noah Fafita and wide receiver Tertua McMillan decided that they were going to come back. When they announced that, that changed everything. And I do believe they're the best combo in college football. They've got rare skills. You don't trust me? Take a look at some of this. I mean, when you talk about McMillan and start with him, two things stand out for me. One, his leaping ability with the timing of it. Former volleyball player, when he's double covered, he still makes plays. The second thing, he's got the best hands in college football. Big, massive hands that allows him to make one-handed catches and great catches all the time. Now, when you talk about Fafita, man, most young quarterbacks struggle to throw the ball over the middle of the field. Not him. His accuracy and his anticipation is out of this world, and he can drop in the long ball too. That's what makes them such a dynamic combo in college football.
Well, let's go down to the field to the third member of our group. Here's Lauren Sisler.
What's up, guys? It is jumping out here. The energy is real. And look, you talk about Noah Fafita, whether he was going to stay or go. A lot of people thought he might follow Coach Fish to Washington, but ultimately he wanted to stay. He looked at the transfer portal. He says it's not about the fame and fortune. That's not why he fell in love with the game. I talked to his parents, Les and Winona, and they both talked about him possibly leaving and that they thought that it might be a good fit. But after they met Coach Brennan, they said he's a genuine man, and they felt that he was a perfect fit for this program, and they're excited to see him soar this college football season.
So we've got two programs under the leadership of new head coaches. Brent Brennan, new head coach of Arizona. Bronco Mendenhall, welcome back to college football.
Back to college football, Bronco. Been gone for a couple years.
And now he's back in his first season as the head coach of New Mexico. The Broncos and the Lobos, the Bronco and his Lobos, but they lost their season opener to Montana State. And they're trying to prevent going 0-2 for just the second time since 2015. Arizona won the toss. They've chose to defer. Tyler Luke will kick things away, and back deep is Luke Wysong for New Mexico. And we're underway here in Arizona. And the Lobos will start from their own 25. And it's a homecoming for their quarterback, Devin Dampier, the sophomore. He's from Tucson. Last week, threw for a career-high 18 completions, 172 yards and a touchdown against Montana State. Listen, this kid, in 10 games, no turnovers, Rod.
Yeah, he makes great decisions, and he's a guy who was offered by Arizona but elected to go elsewhere.
Eli Sanders in the backfield. Dampier. He's got great athletic ability. He scrambles, gets to the outside, chased out of bounds by Tay Brown.
He is a dual threat guy with a tremendous arm, very talented. He was the best quarterback in the state of Arizona in 2022 when he was a high school senior, joined New Mexico last season. And you know, because he does two things before a game. He calls his mother and he listens to a bit of Drake.
Nothing wrong, and I love both of those. And he's sacked as Jacob Manu came firing in, the leader of this Arizona defense. And that's a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, this is an offense that struggled last week against Montana State, particularly trying to run the ball. And Sanders is the transfer from Iowa State who stepped in at the running back spot, and they need to get him some clean looks. He's a dynamic runner, but they have not had a lot of that lately.
Lobos converted just 1 of 8 on 3rd down last week against Montana State. Javen Jacobs has checked in. They go 4 wide. Dampier throwing. How about that defensive play?
Yeah.
And we got a flag down, though. That was Marquise Groves Killebrew in coverage, running stride to stride with Nick Trujillo.
This is one of the best secondaries in the Big 12.
Pass interference, defense, number 20. 15-yard penalty enforced from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
They're going to call that one a Groves Killebrew. He's the sophomore and the transfer out of Texas A&M. Stephen Barron is our referee.
Yeah, this is one of the toughest calls in all of football, college football. I think pass interference is so tough. But anytime your hand goes up high on the shoulder pad, that's a call that's likely to be made.
So it's 1st and 10 for New Mexico from their own 40. And it's Sanders. That's a 4-yard pickup. Let's take a look at today's Bear Paint game plan.
Well, pretty straightforward for you, because run the Dampier. And by that, we mean the quarterback, Mr. Dampier. And then the defense, they got to change. They got to flip the script. They've been giving up too much on the ground. And for Arizona, T-Mac, you saw that. He's always open. And the coaches told us yesterday for Arizona, end the game early. Put him away early.
Dampier's throw. That's incomplete. He was looking in the area of Luke Wysong.
When you are a heavy favorite in a game, you do not want the underdog to stick around late in the game.
3rd down coming, 3rd and 6.
This is an Arizona defense that believes in playing a lot of man coverage, keeping a safety in the middle, and they like to dial up pressure in these 3rd down situations.
Dampier rolling, throwing on the run, and deflected. And there is Traden Stukes. You're going to hear a lot from Trey Stukes. In fact, Dwayne Aquina, the defensive coordinator for Arizona, calls him the best kept secret in all of college football.
Well, he's not wrong. I mean, you're talking about a guy who is 6'2", 200 pounds, can play the nickel spot, can play safety, can play corner, and a beautiful play there, keeping that left arm behind Wysong as he reached around. Excellent play.
Aaron Rodriguez will come in to punt things away. This guy's been named to the Ray Guy watch list. And Jack Luttrell is back deep for the Wildcats at his own 10. And that takes a Lobos bounce. Great coverage by New Mexico as they down that thing at the 1. That's about a 54-yard punt. So here comes this Arizona offense. And as you talked about at the top, Rod, Noah Fifita and T-Mac, Tetaroa McMillan. And when you talk about what Fifita has done, this kid as a sophomore started as a backup last season, ended by winning the Pac-12 Offensive Freshman of the Year. Multiple touchdown passes he's thrown in each of his last 6 games.
Yeah, he's special.
And there's the first one. It's a slant. And right away, he goes to T-Mac.
A couple things. We talked about Fifita and his accuracy, and most quarterbacks struggle going
Official
over the middle
timeout for an
because
injured
it's
player.
dark and full of terrorists. A lot of linebackers and safeties, and you can't see very well. Fifita is fearless throwing the ball over the middle because he has such accuracy, and his anticipation, he knows exactly how to lead the receiver to get him open.
That's Cam Watts, who made the tackle that's still on the carpet. He's the transfer out of Texas Tech. That was an 11-yard pickup. Well, we talked about at the top, and there's the new head coach here at Arizona, and Brent Brennan. Listen, he started his career as a GA here at Arizona back in 2000. Former head coach at San Jose State, coached there for 7 years. You know, listen, he led the Spartans to a winning record in 3 of his last 4 seasons. In fact, that equaled the number of winning seasons that program had had in the previous 27 years.
Yeah, it was just a matter of time before San Jose State was going to lose him. In fact, he interviewed for the Arizona job in 2020 when Jedd Fisch got it, which kind of shortened the whole interview process this time around because he said, "You guys know me. You just interviewed me a few years ago."
JaCorey Krosky-Merritt, 2 tight ends. Here's the former Lobo. A first down and more. Brought down at the 30, 17-yard pickup by the redshirt senior out of Alabama, but he transferred in from New Mexico.
Because, see, the double teams inside, little duo action, they opened a huge hole inside for JaCorey Krosky-Merritt, the young man who is playing against his old team. Huh? You think he wants to do something tonight?
Oh, without question. Fifita steps up in the pocket. He unloads. He's got a man wide open. T-Mac. And he just saunters into the end zone, and it's 6-0 Wildcats. 69-yard strike. We talked about last week, this New Mexico defense gave up over 500 yards of offense to Montana State and had a lot of breakdowns in their second. That is a major breakdown.
Well, you have to make sure a couple guys at least have their eyes on McMillan.
Extra point by Loop is good, and the Wildcats go 3 plays, 98 yards, did it in 1:14.
Did we oversell these two?
Oh, my goodness.
I don't think so. Man-to-man coverage, come on. That man is 6'5", 212 pounds. If you're going to bump him, you got to really bump him.
On ESPN, 7-0 our score. Noah Fifita has now thrown a touchdown pass in 7 straight games. Tetairoa McMillan has his 19th career touchdown catch. He's now tied 7th most in Arizona history.
I thought he told you to call him T-Mac.
Yeah, he did.
Tetairoa McMillan.
Lobos will start from their own 25. Let's get a studio update. Hey, what's up, Matt Berry? And right here, it is 7-0. It's the Lobos. As Eli Sanders, who ran into a pack of Wildcats, Trey Smith led the charge. They'll be looking at 2nd down and long.
Yeah, you know, I think New Mexico has got to find a way to start running their quarterback more. Dampier, we talked about that early on. They only ran him 3 times last week.
Dampier, play fake. Throws it, complete. That's Sanders. Sanders down the sideline, cross midfield. And in Arizona territory. They said they needed big plays. They got one.
Tremendous play because you try to get the ball to your running back, and he's being covered by a linebacker safety who got caught up in the wash inside. And so he's not picked up. You see, all by himself because the defender didn't see him, got caught up in the wash.
33-yard pickup. Here's Dampier now with it. And he's got a 1st down.
Yeah, he's the guy who can make a difference and make your defense pay for all the man coverage that Arizona likes to play.
Won a state title here his junior year in high school. here in Tucson.
Had 17 offers in high school. Only one Power 4 offer from Arizona. Had a bunch of Ivy League offers. The electrical engineer guy is a smart dude.
From the Arizona 32, this is Sanders again. Tacario Davis trips him up. It's a 4-yard pickup. Down to the field. Hey, Lauren.
Yeah, Rod, you mentioned that offer from Arizona after his sophomore season, and Dampierre told me he turned it down because it was too soon for that commitment for him. He wanted to be 100% sure, 100% bought in, and wanted to be somewhere he knew he could show his abilities and thrive at the collegiate level.
He has thrived with New Mexico. Swings this one out to Jacobs. And there is Tacario Davis once again, another great corner, and one that many believe will go in the first round of the NFL draft.
6'4", 190 pounds, and long. He's the kind of guy that he can fold those bed sheets by himself. Doesn't need any help.
Third down. And the whistles come flying in.
You know, I do like what New Mexico is doing offensively. Getting their backs involved in the passing game.
Previous play is under further review.
I'll take a look at that last play.
That is usually something that's come down from the booth.
You see those lays that Coach Brennan has around. Those were gifts from the mother of Noah Fifita and Teteroa McMillan.
Isn't she special? I mean, her other son had a high school football game last night in Southern California, and she drove all night with the rest of the family to get here for this game.
Down to the field, and Lauren.
What's interesting about those lays, I talked to Winona and Les, Noah Fifita's parents, and they said that when Brennan came out on the field, he wasn't sure if it was culturally respectful to take the lay off. So he asked them, like, when I'm coaching, should I wear it or not? And of course they said, look, you can gift this to anybody you want, but as you can see now, he's still wearing the lay. So he's still owning it and showing a lot of respect.
Yeah, you know,
After review, there is no foul for targeting. Third down.
Yeah, I was just about to say, sis, when the booth rings down, it's usually that they're looking at targets.
Yeah, led with the shoulder, and it was the running back who dropped his head.
Yeah, they were looking at that for leading with the helmet. As you can see, that was not forcible contact. You mentioned leading with the shoulder.
Third down.
Big third down. Actually, 2-down territory, 4-down territory, you know what I mean?
Dampierre throwing towards the end zone and overshoots Nick Trujillo.
Yeah, that is excellent bracketed coverage. Help from the safety coming over. Gunnar Maldonado working with Killebrew.
Late flag has come in as well. And Stephen Barron is getting a lot of television time early. Must have it in his contract.
I'm not mad at him.
Personal foul, hands to the face, offense, number 76. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced. Number 3 lost his helmet as a result of that foul. He is eligible to stay in the game.
That's Wallace Unamba. They call him the big wall.
Yeah, wouldn't you, 6'4", 330 pounds? He is on the right side there, number 76. Trying to pick up the pressure there. That's Trey Smith.
Oh, boy.
You can't just rip off the man's helmet.
Yeah. 3rd and 20. Now for New Mexico.
How do you get yourself back into field goal range at least?
Dampierre. Again looking for Trujillo. A Wysong
Did he come up with that?
Yes, he did.
Oh, my goodness.
He's their leader. What
Whoa.
a catch. That's a 31-yard pickup and a first down for the Lobos.
The concentration on that is amazing. Wysong not bothered by the safety coming over. He knows there's someone else coming. Look at that. He catches that in a sea of hands.
How about 3rd and 20? They pick up 21.
Wow, that is as good a catch as you will see. Maldonado actually got his hands on that football.
Looks like Bronco Mendenhall in New Mexico is going to call a timeout.
Mexico has called their first time out of the half.
Had some guys running on and want to get their formation straight. Lobos are knocking on the door. They're down 7-0 to Arizona here in the first quarter.
ESPN College Football is presented by IHG Hotels and Resorts. 19 hotel brands, 1 loyalty program. Download the app.
This is the Big 12 on ESPN. New Mexico started this drive on their own 25. They've gone 6 plays here, 63 yards. And how about Devin Dampier? He's gone 3 for 3 through the air on this drive for 63 yards. And in case you're wondering, he's been money in the red zone. 9 of 10 in his career so far, passing in the red zone, 4 touchdown passes.
Well, 2 things. Don't forget about his legs down here. And secondly, not a bad start for your homecoming with a lot of family watching here, right?
Wysong in motion. Dampier looking, uses those legs, and brought down at about the 11.
You see the pressure. Might have been a hold that they got away with that time. But those legs, dynamic down here. You have trouble with running quarterbacks down here. Don't account for them in the defense all the time.
Dampier over the middle, flag.
False start. Offense number 76. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Big Walls not having a good start.
He'll be all right. You know, you were talking about Dampier's start. Young quarterbacks get a real boost this season with the new rule with helmet communication. Allows the coach to talk to them up until 15 seconds before the snap.
Here's Dampier throwing to Wysong, and he's brought down.
Holy moly.
Right at the 1. Oh, they're going to say touchdown. Lobos.
Wysong is playing inspired ball tonight.
He's the leader of their receivers. This is a guy who spent almost all of last season injured.
Yeah,
But the season before and the season before that was their leading receiver in receiving, now back healthy.
Yeah, they moved the launch point there. He gets outside. And again, you get the safety coming over. Looks like there might have been a little mix-up in the secondary because Davis came up thinking it was a run, and that left Maldonado in the position of trying to recover and get to Wysong. And that was not an easy catch. Wysong has made 2 catches where he's shown how strong his hands are. He was the New Mexico High School Player of the Year his senior year in high school. A sprinter on the track team, running the 200, 100, and he is their fastest receiver.
And confirm it is a touchdown. How about this formation?
Checking to see if there was an advantage.
Now here's Drizwicki for the extra point. And it's good, and we've got a tie ball game thanks to Devin Dampier. We talked about how lethal he's been in the red zone.
Well, we thought it would be his legs, but he is showing you that he is a well-rounded quarterback. He can throw on the move. He's thrown from the pocket. He's given his receivers a chance. In particular, Luke Weissong, who's come up with 2 big catches.
And now Dampier in his career inside the red zone, 10 of 11 passing, 5 touchdown passes. So New Mexico, 8 plays, 75 yards. Took them 4 minutes, 22 seconds, and they get a score. Let's go down to the field. Here's Lauren.
Guys, you talk about Dampier and Weissong, and I'll tell you what, Dampier has nothing but great words to say from Weissong. He's the hardest worker on the team, hands down, which is why he was voted to be the first to select his jersey number before the season started. He works hard, he's got that grit, determination, and he sees change in this program, and the future success is what fuels Dampier out here on the football field.
You know, sis, those jersey numbers caused a bit of a problem for New Mexico. They didn't get their away jerseys back, so they had to ask Arizona for permission to wear red and for Arizona to wear their white away jerseys. That's why Arizona is not wearing their home blue jerseys tonight.
Let's take a look at the Now What moment, brought to you by Prudential.
Now we go back to that touchdown catch by McMillan. There he is, single coverage. You put your corner in a tough spot if he doesn't get help. That safety on the far side, closest to the number 40, he's also in man coverage. So there's no help. The only possible safety is on the other side. He's doubling the other side. When you've got McMillan, perhaps the best receiver in college football, I think he's the best, you have got to double him.
Here's Fafita. They'll throw the screen here to Quail Conley. Conley's close to the line of gain. That's about an 8-yard pickup. Jaden Wilson make the stop. Wildcats will be looking at second down in about 2. Took them 3 plays to score their last offensive possession. Conley gets the call, but there's a whistle.
The previous play is under further review for targeting.
So this is the second time that we've had the review for targeting.
Well, you know, targeting is a point of emphasis for the officials this season, along with disruptive signal calling by the defensive line to try to make the offense, you know, jump. So I'm not surprised that we're getting a lot of looks at it.
You can see here's the rule. And the main point of emphasis when you look at that is any forcible hit by the crown of the helmet.
There are 2 types of targeting. There is the crown of the helmet, and there's also the defensive player. Defensive player doesn't come into play here because you got a running back with the ball. So the question is, did this defensive player lead with the helmet and make forcible contact, as you mentioned? And that's what's required for the rule. When you talk about leading with the helmet, 3 parts to the rule. So forcible contact, crown of the helmet, and an indicator like lowering your head or launching.
And that's what they're looking at on Jaden Wilson, who made that stop, the sophomore out of El Paso.
And that's for the safety of the tackler, primarily, or the safety of the running back if he lowers his head. The idea is to keep players from exposing their neck to injury.
Bronco Mendenhall spent 6 seasons as head coach of Virginia, 11 at BYU, and then 2 away from the game And now has come back to rebuild New Mexico.
What did he call it? He said it was a pause he took.
This is what he took.
He said it was time to reflect and, you know, renew himself and figure out what do you call it, the second chapter. He read a book called The Second Mountain, and he and his wife Holly wanted to figure out how they were going to spend the second chapter of their lives, and it became clear to them that their passion is developing young people.
Yeah, he's old school.
Yeah.
And he loves developing men.
After review, it was determined there was targeting by number 24 of the defense. That 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. Automatic first down. Number 24 is disqualified.
So Jaden Wilson's day is done.
And that is a big loss.
Forced a fumble, which led to a touchdown last week for the Lobos. And he's disqualified for targeting.
And was he wearing the green dot on his helmet that allows him to communicate and call plays with the coaching staff? I couldn't tell.
Here's Fafita. Rolls out, throwing downfield, and caught. Kenyon Burnett.
Oh, man.
These guys have been playing together since middle school. That's a 27-yard pickup by the tight end.
There are 4 players on the Arizona team from Servite High School in Anaheim, and they've been playing together since they were in 8th grade, 14 years old. And Burnett is one of those 4. And they all came to Arizona together. They went through the tough times 2 years ago and then bounced back to enjoy last season, and they want to do something special, which is why they came back this year.
Fafita to the outside. Jeremiah Patterson makes a man miss. Another one miss. Couple of shakes. 8-yard pickup.
There are the 4 players from Arizona. Look at that. Servite High School, currently 6 players playing at the highest level of college football. And Mason Graham at the bottom and McMillan, those 2 are likely to be first-round picks from the same high school the same year. Phenomenal.
Fafita so far perfect, 5 for 5, over 100 yards throwing. And again, caught. T-Mac, touchdown. Second touchdown catch of the game for Teteroa McMillan.
Because how good was that throw? How accurate was it? And how great were those hands just to pluck it out of the air?
Extra point, good. It was T-Maculate.
I see what you did there.
McMillan now 14 catches inside the red zone. 13 of them have been touchdown catches, including this one.
Again, single coverage. That's called barbecue chicken there. That ball right at his eye level. They've been doing that since they were 14 years old.
14-7, our score. What a night Teteroa McMillan is having. He's just moving up the board in the record books here in Arizona when you talk about receiving. In fact, his receivers coach is Bobby Wade. And I tell you, he told us, I love Coach Wade, but I told him he better get comfortable but being second because I'm trying to destroy every record he has.
Every single one of them. Now let's go back to this play. Great protection. Now watch the accuracy on this throw. From the far hash, almost to the sideline, with a lot on it, perfectly for McMillan. I mean, those things, you know, that's an NFL throw. I don't know what it's an NFL throw.
T-Mac now with 20 career touchdown catches. He's tied for 6th place all time in Arizona history. That runs off to the right side by Jacobs. It's a pickup of 2.
You see who was in there?
Manu.
Jacob Manu. His coaches call him the best linebacker in the Big 12. He's about 5'10", 225, 27 pounds. Energy, he brings the juice. One of those Servite High School players.
Dampier. Here's another strike. And that one's to Wysong. He's having himself quite a night. That's a 12-yard pickup.
I know New Mexico's on offense, but riddle me this. Why are they playing McMillan single coverage when they're in defense? If they don't start doubling him, McMillan's going to have a career night.
You got to bracket him for real. Wysong as well. He's got 3 catches, 59 yards, along with a tutty. Jacobs, transfer from Arizona State, is checked in. Dampier throwing, and again, towards Wysong.
That's an elite throw.
Oh, absolutely. That's a 22-yard pickup.
That is an elite throw. We're seeing some quarterbacks make some throws tonight.
That one was on Stooks.
I mean, Stooks is, again, a guy who's going to be playing on Sundays, and he's matched up, and Wysong turned them all around. This is indeed, this is a secondary that is really good, and right now Dampier is throwing at will.
Throwing again on a run. There's another catch by Wysong. Can anybody cover this man? 13-yard pickup.
Well, here's the deal. If you're Arizona, you go, I got a corner in Davis, who's a likely first-round pick, and Stooks is also an NFL guy. You're going to try one of those 2 guys for as long as they want until you say, you know what, we got to double. But when you've got talented guys like that on the back end, you're going to give them a shot to play man on man.
Wysong in the slot, top of your screen. Dampier's going to step up and run with it. He's got a first down and more. Inside the 15. Dropped at about the 13. That's a 13-yard pickup by the quarterback.
His 3rd run of the night. That one wasn't designed, but he only ran 3 times last week. So they are following a bit of the game plan to change from last week and to use his legs more tonight.
2 tight ends here. We've had 4 offensive possessions, 3 touchdowns already here.
Yeah, and if I'm Arizona defensively down here, I don't want to play man coverage. They run a lot of pick routes, a lot of rub routes. You're likely to get somebody knocked off coverage.
Here's Sanders. Runs into that wall of Wildcats. You know, the interesting thing about Devin Dampier is that, remember at the beginning of this game, I mean, he started, like, what was it, 0 for 2. Since then, 7 for 7.
Yeah, he has a nice touch on the ball. And I think when you hear dual threat quarterback, the assumption is, hey, great legs, he's going to struggle to throw. Not this guy. This guy has a lot of confidence, has a lot of touch on the ball, knows what he's doing, makes smart decisions.
7th play coming up. Sometimes they like to target their tight end, Trace Bruckler, when they get down here. Dampier reverses field. He'll use those legs inside the 10. And chased out of bounds at about the 6. 6-yard pickup.
How about the pump fake he used out there to keep the defensive backs from coming up to make the tackle? Smart.
Third down. Lobos can get a first if they can get to the 4. Macquarie Rogers has checked into the backfield. They go into this full house. Dampier throwing, complete, touchdown, Rogers.
Smart play. Blown assignment on the back end for Arizona. Because of the flow away, the running back coming out, neither the linebacker or the safety, we don't know which one was assigned to him. One of them had to be assigned, and they completely let him go.
I tell you what, Devin Dampier is doing the damn thing tonight.
Isn't he? I mean, we've got 2 quarterbacks showing out. It's almost as if New Mexico read everything about Fifita and McMillan and said, well, we got some guys too.
And we're all tied up as Rogers gets his first touchdown as a Lobo. And Devin Dampier, 8 for 8. 132 yards, 2 touchdowns since starting 0 of 2 in this football game.
You see that action out of the backfield. Rogers comes out of the backfield. You saw the safety move with the action away and completely alone. It is the hardest thing when you're playing in the secondary. You number receivers from the outside in 1, 2, and 3. And you always talk to the safeties and linebackers about you guys are responsible for number 3, which is the running back coming out.
I remember what Bronco Mendenhall told us about this game. You know, listen, hey, look, they took it on the chin against Montana State. They lost to an FCS team, a really good FCS team.
Absolutely.
But at home, had a 17-point lead going into basically the fourth quarter and lost that game. And he said, I told my team, this should hurt, and it better hurt, and let it hurt until Tuesday when we practice and then get rid of it. And he said they had a spirited practice on Tuesday. And he said, we will be coming ready to play. And so far they have.
Well, he also said, you know, in the development of, and he said not just football players, but of young people, they have to go through hard times and hurt to develop and get better. And that's what he's doing with this young team.
Here's Patterson. And he'll take it back from his own end zone. Across the 20. And brought down across the 25. Let's get an update. Here's our guy, Matt Berry. That's a good win there for the Irish.
So Coach Corso got it right on game day.
He did. And here comes Noah Fafita. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt in the backfield. And he gets the carry, and he is wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage.
You and I, in preparing for this game, we were curious as to whether Arizona would use Brennan's offense from San Jose State or with the offense that Dino Babers, the offensive coordinator, had at Syracuse. Turns out they say they've gone basically with the San Jose State offense, which is kind of West Coast, kind of pro style, sprinkled in with some of that spread, little hurry up that Dino Babers ran at Syracuse.
Here's Fafita throwing it to the outside. That's complete. Montana Lamonius Craig. Oh, incomplete. As Bryson Taylor made the tackle. So it'll be 3rd down and 14.
Isn't this the chance for the first stop, really, for New Mexico defensively? How do they play McMillan?
You see what they did in the FBS last season. 6.
He's in the slot, bottom of the screen.
This will be the final play of this quarter. Fafita.
No.
It's complete.
Nope.
Can't stop this guy.
Can't do it. Can't do it that way.
Can't stop him. That's a 24-yard pickup. And that will be the final play of this first quarter.
Too easy. Middle of the field, which is where Fafita lives, and single coverage in the slot on McMillan. This is just too easy.
That's the end of the first quarter. Timeout.
It has been the T-Mac show, but the Lobos are right with you. 14-all, second quarter when we come back.
Coach, your team strung together 2 impressive drives there in the first quarter. What are your biggest takeaways so far?
Yeah, we're doing a really nice job competing, especially at the receiver spot. Our quarterback is playing great. Their receivers making plays as well. So, yeah, we got to make a stop on defense.
How have you seen Dampier really manage the offense for you guys?
He's very poised. He's a great decision maker. He's athletic, and so it's not too fast for him.
Thanks, Coach.
Fafita under duress. Gabe Lopez and a pack of Lobos.
We were just talking during the break about the need for New Mexico to get some pressure on Fafita. They had not hit him, until that play. And the best way to get pressure on him is up the middle. He likes to step up in the pocket.
There's no foul for intentional grounding.
He doesn't particularly like to run with the ball. He will do it. But if you can keep him from stepping up, you got a chance of having something good happen like that. And they came inside that time to get to him.
Will Conley is checked into the backfield for Arizona. Fifita under center. To Conley. Shakes one, Lobo. Tries to get to the outside, maybe a yard. Bobby Arnold, the third. So want to put that lick on him.
Yeah, but the play was made by Kapai, number 33 inside linebacker, who shot the gap. They had him coming inside. A little bit more aggressive approach to start the second quarter by the New Mexico defense. Let's see what they do on third down here. And again, how do you play McMillan? He was in the slot before. They've moved him to the top of the screen to the outside.
Just the second time Arizona is looking at a third down situation. Fifita throwing. Is that intercepted? How about Noah Paula Gates getting that hand up there?
He did not start at that corner spot. He came in a few plays ago and did a tremendous job there of sinking back into the zone, understood where the second threat would be, and got his hands on the football. He's got an underneath coverage, and he comes
New
back
Mexico,
up and gets
18,
out there to knock the ball away from Burnett.
And the Lobos get a stop. Here's Jacobs from his own 5.
Should you catch that ball?
Well, mic'd up. We had the linebacker and the leader of the defense for Arizona, Jacob Manu. Here he is, mic'd up for sound.
Ask him, is it on? I don't know if it's on. Yeah, it's on. Me and Mrs. Joe. 7th day. Yep. Love you. Come on, man. Come on, boy.
You know it's on.
Yep. Love you, bro.
What does he know about Billy Paul?
Billy Paul, old school, me and Mrs. Joe. What's he know about that?
We got a thing going on. Here's Dampier. He throws a slant. Yeah, that's complete. Ryan Davis. By the way, Manu's already got 3 tackles on the night.
I think he knows about that song because of Dino Babers, the offensive coordinator.
Right. He's old school.
He's old school, vinyl records and everything, and tried to sell us yesterday that the best Earth, Wind and Fire album was That's the Way of the World.
Sanders and Jacobs have checked into the backfield. Dampier rolling and sacked. They got rid of it.
Wow.
Oh.
I don't know how he got rid of that, but he's got to be careful about ball security because that football was being waved around, and he was fortunate not to have things go awry down there. But look how strong he is to keep from being tackled. Back there, Trey Smith, 275 pounds, almost got him to the ground.
3rd and 4. That snapped a streak. Was at 9 straight completions for Dampier. This is Wysong in motion. He's throwing. That's incomplete.
How about the toughness? Dampier making that throw when he knew he was going to take it on the chin. Didn't flinch. He just stands in there and delivers this. Watch this. He knows it's coming.
So here's Rodriguez to punt things away. Aaron Rodriguez, remember his first one was 54 yards. Jack Luttrell back, standing at about his own 40.
You didn't answer me on that. That's the way of the world. Were you sold? Did you buy that?
I mean, that's his opinion.
Okay, I hear you.
That was his opinion. Flag.
You're thinking spirit, maybe?
Probably.
All in all?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, all right.
Delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Fourth penalty for New Mexico. Luttrell. And he's brought down at the 37-yard line. Good field position. Just a 34-yard punt. Wildcats football when we come back.
Do you want to tell?
Well, there were a lot of changes in the offseason for Arizona. Remember in December, they knocked off Oklahoma in the Valero Alamo Bowl. Had a 7-game win streak, second longest in the country. And then just basically a couple weeks later, Jedd Fisch leaves, takes the head coaching job at Washington. 3 days after that, Arizona hires Brent Brennan away from San Jose State. And then 4 days later, when people thought there were going to be more changes, Noah Fifita and Tetairoa McMillan announced they're going to stay. They set this program up for what they believe another great season. In fact, they made that announcement when the Wildcats took on UCLA at a basketball game, and man, that crowd went bonkers. There it is. They said they were staying. How about that scene? Yeah, Coach Brennan was there.
That tells you all you need to know about the expectations for football when you've got the basketball arena, the basketball school going nuts over these two guys coming back.
Fifita throwing, got a man down the sideline, and Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. If he had got those feet in, that would have been one heck of a catch.
We didn't know he had that kind of game. He was the lead running back at New Mexico last season, ran for over 1,000 yards.
Let's see if he got one of those balls in.
Nope, he's out.
Nope, he's out.
That's a good call.
He painted that white.
And football on the white means you're out. In tennis, it's in. This is not tennis.
So 3rd and 8. Here's Fifita looking. Plenty of time over the middle.
Great.
That's Noah Paula Gates again.
Great coverage since he's come into the game. He's done a really nice job at that spot when he's been locked up. Well, not just with McMillan, but anyone. Now, little grab, hold.
Little.
Yeah.
A little.
A lot of hold.
He's the transfer from Nebraska. Now here's Tyler Loop. This will be from 54 yards. This guy's got a bionic foot.
You know what? I was at practice the other day, and I didn't see him kick, but I heard, and I went, uh-oh. He says his foot is good from 65 in.
This is from 54, career longs 53. And this has got plenty of leg.
Yeah.
And good.
He's not kidding. That ball was still kind of ascending as it got to the goal line.
Loop is a guy who's now got the most consecutive games with a field goal made at 23. That's most in program history. And he's given the Wildcats a 3-point lead from 54 yards out. Hey, make sure you cap off your Labor Day weekend with some college football. Our lineup Monday night, ESPN, Boston College, Florida State. Coverage begins 7:30 Eastern.
Bill O'Brien back in college football.
Hey, let me tell you something. Florida State's got to redeem themselves after taking that loss. And you look at Clemson took a loss in the ACC for
not
Virginia
just
Tech.
for Florida State, but you know the top squads in the ACC have been taking it on the chin, except for Miami. Ooh, Miami! Wow, and boy, did they look good.
Lobos, we start from their own 25. Got new head coach Bronco Mendenhall. Call him Bronco the Builder. I mean, he was defensive coordinator at New Mexico in 98 to 2002. Coach Brian Urlacher. Then he got his head coaching job at BYU. All he did there was win a couple of Mountain West titles. After spending 10 years there, and then went to Virginia and turned the Cavaliers into a winner. Led them to the Orange Bowl in 2019, and 2 years away now here in New Mexico.
And you know, because he said it was kind of awkward for him to take the New Mexico job because his good friend and a player he coached, Danny Gonzalez, was the head coach at New Mexico, and he got fired. And Danny Gonzalez is now on the staff at Arizona. And the Arizona coaching staff felt like, well, they were going to get New Mexico's best because those players wanted to perform well to show Danny Gonzalez that, yeah, they're still really good.
Hey, keep in mind, the Lobos were what, 30, 31-point underdogs?
Yeah, 31. Whew. They're showing up tonight.
Dampier throwing. That's complete. And that's Ryan Davis making the grab after a 15-yard pickup. That's the first down.
Talk about some accuracy. We've talked about Fifita, but man, Dampier is trying to match him throw for throw.
Dampier is now thrown for $150. And give that to Jacobs. Jacobs still running, shakes that Wildcat. Jacobs cuts back and brought down inside the 30-yard line.
Opening week of the season, missed tackles and special teams are usually big issues because you really don't get those live, full speed enough in camp. Too much of a risk of injury.
The transfer out of Arizona State runs for 32 yards.
He ran through a couple of tackles.
Dampier, and that's complete to the tight end, Trace Bruckler.
And Sanders said he learned an awful lot at Iowa State, backing up Breece Hall, who was his mentor. And Breece Hall taught him an awful lot. And you're seeing him run hard and run through tackles. He's got some speed, too.
Here's Dampier on the outside and forced out of bounds. 14-yard scamper for Devin Dampier.
You know, after watching New Mexico last week, you and I both felt like they needed to run him more. When we asked New Mexico about it, they said, you know, we got to keep him healthy. Don't know how many hits we want to expose him to. Well, they're exposing him a bit tonight because he is too talented not to use his legs.
He's thrown for 161, run for over 50. Macquarie Rogers has come in. Look at this powerhouse, full house lineup they've got. Rogers back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Second and goal.
You know, it's almost 9 o'clock at night here, and it still feels like it's about 95, 90 degrees, and it's got to be hotter down there on the field.
Here's Dampier throwing. And I tell you what, if we could have led him and didn't force him out of bounds, that could have been a touchdown to Jacobs.
Yeah, that stacked formation caused a little problem for Arizona on the back end of how to cover it.
Third and goal. Wysong at the top of your screen. Now in motion. Dampier looking, throwing to the end zone. Incomplete.
Excellent coverage by Stooks over there. We've talked about him a number of times tonight. He, a big safety, but can play corner. 6'2", 199 pounds, 200 pounds. Look at this. He is taking on a receiver from the slot position and forces the receiver to the edge, running him hard. Excellent job.
So this will be for 20 yards out, the junior, Luke Drzwicki. He drills it, and we got a tie football game.
I don't think many people had that expected going into this game. We'd be halfway through the second.
Not when you're a 30-point dog.
Nope. You see the...
Hey, this season, All-State will celebrate every field goal and extra point made by participating universities by making a donation to the university's General Scholarship Fund. And we say thank you to All-State.
You know, that shot we had a moment ago of Coach Brennan with the lay around his neck just reminds me of the significant impact and influence of the Polynesian culture with this program that was started way back in the late 80s with Dick Tome, the legendary coach. And it's a big part. What do they have, 19, 20 Polynesian players here? And they say that that's a real part of this program and who they are and the culture that it brings, the family, the brotherhood, and like it means so much. And it was really critical in a lot of their players staying and not getting in the transfer portal after Jedd Fisch left.
Well, you know, you talk about Coach Brennan, Coach Comey, that was his coaching mentor. This is Jeremiah Patterson, who's brought down just short of the 24-yard line. Down to the field, here's Lauren.
Yeah, Rod, you talk about that heritage that's been built into this program, that Polynesian heritage. And T-Mac said it, it's the loyalty, the sense of family were the big reasons why many of the players chose to stick around here at Arizona despite the coaching change. And obviously you saw the lay around Coach Brennan's neck, and it's obvious that he's inheriting that culture and he's embracing that culture as well.
Well, yeah, and let's be real, because Fifita and McMillan were offered a lot of money through the name, image, and likeness to go to other programs. And they decided to stay here. They took a lot less to stay at Arizona because of that culture and that commitment.
Here's Fifita. Swings that one out to the outside to Quail Conley. Fifita needed that when he had gone 0-4 in his last 4 passing attempts.
New Mexico switched up their style a little bit. They started bringing a little bit more pressure inside, being a little bit more aggressive, and trying to move him and get in his face and hit him. They still haven't had enough hits on him yet in this ball game. Speaking from the defensive perspective, you always want to hit the quarterback as much as you can.
Here's Fifita. And that went to the outside to Lamonius Craig.
And you know, you can live with that, those short throws when they get the ball out quickly, because you're taking a shot at getting a hit at the quarterback. Even if you don't, that is better than the intermediate routes and him throwing the ball deep over the middle, where he is just fantastic. He excels. He is not afraid to throw the ball in the middle of the field, and he's so good at it.
8 minutes until the half. This is Conley. Pick up a 4.
Almost every play, New Mexico is slanting their defensive line and bringing their linebackers in to make sure they shut down the running play. And then they continue to bring linebackers and slant on passing downs. Let's see what they do here. If Arizona can pick it up, they're likely to get a good matchup on the back end, like some single coverage.
Fifita throws. Intercepted. First turnover, and it's Christian Ellis, the junior, with the pick. It went off the hands of Devin Hyatt of Arizona, and Ellis is right there and gets the first turnover of the game.
Yeah, Hyatt is a redshirt freshman from Florida.
He had a scoop and score last weekend.
Yeah,
for
Ellis.
New Mexico.
Yeah, Ellis has been playing great this season. Look at the slant. That's a catchable ball. And Ellis has a nose for it. You meant there were 2 scoop and scores for New Mexico last week. That defense scored 14 points last week.
Now let's see if the Lobos can capitalize. From their own 49, Dampier throwing. That's complete. Here's this tight end again, Bruckler.
This is quite a story we have developing here. A 31 point underdog took a big punch right off to start the game, down 7-0, and they've bounced back and they're hanging in there with a chance to go ahead.
Dampier's going to keep it. Dampier slides at the 32-yard line. 11-yard pickup for Devin Dampier.
Yeah, you know, this was something defensive coordinator Dwayne Aquina was worried about. His legs and making sure he had a speedy enough defensive front and linebackers to chase him down.
7 carries, 60 yards rushing now for Dampier as he pitches it to Sanders.
You know, part of the problem, Dampier is so fast and so athletic. If you have a spy, he's better than most of the spies you can put out there. And that spy might not be able to tackle him in open space.
You can see what these quarterbacks have done. Both of them have been really good.
Yeah. The 60 rushing yards, a difference for Dampier.
Dampier throwing down the sideline. And that was intended for Sean Miller, but out of bounds.
Yeah, Killebrew on the coverage. You see, they've been working his side, going away from Takario Davis, the likely first-round pick. But Killebrew in excellent position. Mutual combat, hand fighting. No issue there. No pass interference either way.
See if they can get the football to Wysong.
Well, you might have 2 chances down here, a 3rd and a 4th down.
Dampier looking. Wysong. Receiver screen. He's loose. And he's got a 1st down.
How about Wysong having a night for himself? They couldn't get the ball to him enough last week. But tonight, a dedicated effort to get him involved, and he is responding.
Had 6 catches, 95 yards last week. Already 6 catches, 106.
Yep.
Damn. That's complete. Sanders. He's knocked out of bounds at about the 13, 8-yard pickup.
He put a move on Jacob Manu, the leading tackler for Arizona. Got him in space. Now watch this move, and you're talking about a really good tackler, never had a chance at it.
7th play of this drive coming up. Damp rolling. Using the legs. Oh, look at the fake and the score!
Oh my goodness.
Devin Dampier from 13 yards out.
Wow. I'd say his homecoming is going pretty nicely already. Watch the ball fake he makes here. You think I'm going to pitch it? Bye-bye. Wow.
Someone left their lingerie on the deck.
Yeah, a lot of it. We were not familiar with your ball faking ability, Mr. Dampier. Wow.
Extra points good, and we got flags here. A little extra stuff after the extra point. Devin Dampier, 15 of 22 now for 192 touchdowns.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, Arizona, number 1. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the succeeding spot. That's number 1's first unsportsmanlike conduct foul. Timeout.
That's Tacario Davis. Home opener and season opener for Arizona, but it's the Lobos with a 7-point lead and one of the new rule changes in college football. How about tablets now? You can use tablets on the sideline just like you see in the NFL.
Yeah, and that's the rule change that players get the most impact from. Watch this fake again. This is such a good fake. Watch Stokes here. He put his arm out because he thought the ball was coming out. That's how good the fake was.
New Mexico now with 4 red zone drives, 3 TDs, and a field goal.
I think the Arizona fans are on upset alert right now.
Here's Quail Conley. Across the 20.
So, because New Mexico has over 300 yards of offense already in the first half. And I don't think Arizona ever imagined that that could happen. And now their offense has got to answer. They've gone a couple of series without putting up big points.
Well, you look at the first 2 possessions for Arizona, they were quick strikes. I mean, drives of 98 and 75, both touchdowns. But since then, a punt, a field goal, and a pick.
Yep. The aggressiveness and pressure from New Mexico has changed things a bit here.
Here's Fafita. And that was almost intercepted as they tried to the receiver screen there to Jeremiah Patterson.
Well, confidence is growing for New Mexico, and momentum is on their side right now. You get confidence and momentum, and you feel like the adjustment you've made is working. Everybody is playing at a high level for them defensively. And that adjustment was, hey, we're not going to sit back anymore. We're going to move. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to get in their face, and it's paid off.
Arizona won the toss, deferred, so they'll get the football to begin the second half. Here's Fafita down the sideline looking for T-Mac, and overthrows him.
Well, listen, let's give a lot of credit to Paula over there, 34. He's come into the game, and he's been incredibly physical with McMillan. You know, getting his hands on him, slowing him up, and some of it is, you know, down the field, but he's getting his hands on him and disrupting things. A little holding, and it's not being called. And look, as a defensive back, you're going to do that until the officials call something, and then once they call it, you're probably going to do it again because you figure they're not going to keep calling it.
3rd down and 10. Wildcats 1 for 3 on 3rd down tonight. Here's Fafita. Plenty of time. Throwing, and that's complete. The T-Mac. T-Mac. A house call. Again. It's his 3rd. This one's from 78 yards out. Catches, 199 yards receiving, but Teteroa McMillan, 3 touchdowns. His 5th consecutive 100-yard receiving game. That dates back to last season, and right now it's the longest active streak in the FBS.
And we were sleeping on his speed. We talked about his great leaping ability, his great hands, but we didn't tell you about the speed. You know, he's been clocked at 22 miles per hour, which is really good. Tyreek Hill is the fastest in the NFL at just over 23 miles per hour. So he's 6'5", 212, and he can move. And Noah Lyles is like 27 miles per hour. What's Usain Bolt?
Yeah, sure in that neighborhood.
28. He's a little bit more than Noah Lyles, but 22 miles per hour for the guy I think is the best receiver in college football.
And we're all tied up at 24 all, thanks to Teteroa McMillan.
Yeah, he and Fafita know each other so well. He took one look back, realized that His guy was looking for him and finding space, and he continued on to the outside, and that ball was thrown perfectly to lead him to the edge. Look at this. He's got time, slow route developing, and look, there's underneath coverage, and there's a safety over the top. But he knows that's where my guy's going to deliver it. They met at 14 to play for Fifita's father's football team. And at the time, McMillan was a quarterback. And Fifita's dad said, not anymore.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
My son's a quarterback and you're a wide receiver. And it's worked out perfectly.
Back and forth we go as we're now tied up at 24.
Can you imagine running 25 miles per hour? Whew. 22 or something, yeah.
Well, Devin Dampier's had himself a night as well. I mean, this guy's thrown for 190 yards and 2 touchdowns. And he's also run for a touchdown and 73 yards as well.
Yeah, I was worried that coming back home and having a lot of family members here, you know, he might have some nerves. Nah. He has been balling out like he was just playing another high school game here in Arizona.
They'll give that one to Sanders. Let's go down to the field. Here's Lauren.
And guys, Dampier really fell in love with this game early, even though his mom told him he was going to be a pitcher until she saw how physical he was in this football. He started as a running back, wide receiver. It really helped him to understand football more and understand what the other players were thinking. And it's something where he's really learned to turn it on, be a leader. He understands the game better, and he's really having the best time out here competing at this level.
Second down, call it 9.
Mothers always know, don't they?
Wysong in the slot, and that bunch set. And they'll call a timeout. You see it was basically, 2 seconds on that play clock.
Well, you know, it's a good time to mention that there's a new rule in college football, the 2-minute timeout.
2-minute timeout.
Once you hit this 3-minute mark, you have to start thinking about your clock management and the extra timeout you have and how you're going to use it.
Hey, tomorrow night, ABC, ESPN Plus, 23rd ranked USC squares off against 13th ranked LSU. The game takes place in Vegas. Coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern. We're going to talk about quarterback play. Gus Nussmeier for LSU. You know, we called this game when they took on Wisconsin in that RealQuest Bowl, and he was the MVP of that game, threw for nearly 400 yards.
Yeah, LSU is going to be fine at quarterback, and so will USC with Miller Moss. We saw him play well in his bowl game last year, too.
Here's Dampier. He's going to have to use his legs. And how did he throw? He threw a pick. Genesis Smith comes up with it. I was going to say, how does he get that football off? And maybe he should have ate it.
Yeah.
But there's a flag on the play.
Arizona was playing with 6 defensive backs. And Smith, when he comes in, he plays that safety spot. And he was just reading the quarterback's eyes and trying to bait Dampier into throwing it. And he did.
The result of the play is an interception. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, Arizona, number 12. That 15-yard penalty would be enforced and would be first down.
All right, so they got Smith for the celebration. Did he take his helmet off?
Yes.
Yeah. You know, because the officials have been a lot more lenient allowing the celebration, but the hard and fast rule is you cannot take your helmet off.
That's number 12's first unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
This is one you just throw away, but you don't throw it back across the middle of the field. Can't do that. And Smith was back there reading it. Can't take your helmet off.
Yep.
Can't do it.
For Devin Dampier, first turnover. Yeah, that's why. First turnover for him and 182 touches.
That's why.
And another flag comes flying in.
Dampier is lauded for his decision-making. And that's the first one that was not smart in the entire time we've seen him.
Defense, abrupt shift, 5-yard penalty, first down.
And that was the other point of emphasis we talked about earlier. That when the defensive line is trying to do something to create a false start, the officials are watching that more closely, and that abrupt shift is what they nailed him for that time.
Here's Merritt. And he's in Lobo territory. Let's go down to the field, Lauren.
Guys, talking about Dampierre and his poise, he was very frustrated coming off the sideline. He took off down to the other end zone, very frustrated, threw the headsets on, took the headsets back off, walked over to the bench here, and he said, I don't play like that, I don't play like that, let's get it right.
Well, first turnover for him in 10 games. Fifita looking at T-Mac, got him.
That's 6 catches for over 200 yards for McMillan, 3 touchdowns. And I continue to believe one of the adjustments has got to be we don't want to let this guy have single coverage, and we want to roll zones toward him when we're not playing man.
This is Krosky Merritt. Garrison Walker with the stop.
How much do you think Arizona might have seen the Montana State film and said, look, these guys got knocked around a little bit by Montana State. We don't have to worry about them.
Well, and we hope not. We've come to that 2-minute timeout. And we're all tied up at 24 here in the desert. This halftime report, Matt Berry and the guys are going to have that Irish and A&M. What a nail biter they had there. College Station, Jalen DeBoer's Bama debut. It was outstanding. And then some QB standouts. And we got a couple of QB standouts here tonight. Devin Dampierre and Noah Fifita. 3rd and 1. Fazona swings it out. That's complete. It's Conley. And Conley inside the 25. Got a roll of McMillan, over 200 yards receiving. First player in Arizona history with 200 yards receiving in multiple games. He had 266 yards last season against Arizona State.
Wow. Fifita, 11 of 19, 268, 3 TDs and a pick.
He's at the bottom of your screen. They'll hand it off though. That's Conley again.
Let's see how New Mexico plays McMillan down here. McMillan already, as you mentioned, 3 touchdowns. He's a nightmare in the red zone. He's to the bottom of the screen, and he's matched up again with Paula, who's played him pretty decently, except for the most recent touchdown.
And again, they'll give it to Conley, and he's wrapped up. That's going to bring up 3rd down. Keep in mind, we talked about how New Mexico, 31-point underdog going into this game?
Yep.
Last time a team that was favored by 29 or more and lost, that was Texas. That was back in November 2021 against Kansas.
I don't think Longhorn fans appreciate that.
They're in the SEC now. Throwing to the end zone and double covered and knocked away.
That is the first time tonight we've seen New Mexico double McMillan. And he comes up a little shaky. Looked like at the end of it, and there's complete holding going on down there, and that's not even flagged. Did he grab his helmet, his face mask, like he got hit?
Well, here's Tyler Loop. This will be from 41. Already kicked a career-long 54-yarder.
Just listen for the cannon to go boom. He's got that for a right leg.
Delay of game.
Delay of game.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Push it back 5 yards, so we'll be looking at about 46-yarder now.
Well within his range.
He's made 86% of the field goals he's attempted. Man, this guy has got a leg on him.
Told you, it's a cannon, man.
Oof. And it's good. And the Wildcats back with a 3-point lead.
That's 3 points off of the turnover for Arizona. And actually, New Mexico got out cheap with that, considering how deep Arizona got into New Mexico territory.
Arizona,
so
number 16,
New Mexico defense holding up a little bit.
There's the Taco Bell Live Más student section. You know, all season long, student sections across the country are competing to be the Taco Bell Live Más student section of the year. Download the Taco Bell app and you can learn more.
You know, at the beginning of the night, we talked about the massive expectations for this team and how excited everybody was after the 10 wins last year. Ending the season ranked number 11, and Fifita and McMillan coming back.
Beginning this season, ranked 21st, highest ranking since 1999.
There were a couple of Arizona fans at our hotel, and you know, they said to me today, yeah, but a little nervous because of 2015 when we were also ranked and ended up 6-6.
Touchback for the Lobos. Hey, Sunday night baseball, the matchup, you got the Braves and the Phillies. Comes your way 7 Eastern right here on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. Our coverage begins at 6 Eastern, baseball tonight, and Sunday night countdown.
Well, if I'm Bronco Mendenhall, I could not be happier with this first half. The way his team fought back after that opening punch with McMillan opening up a long touchdown to go make the score 7-0. They've battled back. They're within 3 points here. He's got to be pleased with this effort in the first half.
You know, just run this clock out. Wildcats will get the football to begin the second half.
We've had over 600 yards of offense already in just the first half of this game.
Well, our score at the half, Arizona 27, New Mexico 24. Matt Berry, Joey Galloway, Coach Dan Mullen. It's the Lexus Halftime Report right after these messages.
Modelo Kickoff Week.
Welcome back. ESPN's College Football. It is presented by IHG Hotels and Resorts. This is the Modelo Kickoff Week. Brian Custer alongside Rod Gilmore as we begin the second half, and it is Arizona with a 3-point lead over New Mexico, 27-24. You know, you look at that first half, it's basically even. Both teams over 300 yards of offense. both teams with a turnover.
Yeah.
Both teams have scored off a turnover.
Yeah, and the surprising thing is really how balanced New Mexico has been and the way they've moved the ball. Arizona has done it through the air. I think we'll see a shift in the second half. They've not run the ball very much in this game. 9 attempts for 28 yards, and they're facing a defense that has struggled to stop the run. But they were having some success in the air, and they stuck with it the entire first half.
Here's a great return by Jeremiah Patterson. And Patterson is across the 40. 42-yard return, and in the first half offensively for the Wildcats, we talked about it, probably the best quarterback-receiver tandem in college football.
And they did not disappoint, coming right out the gate. Touchdown pass to McMillan, and boy, he had 3 of those in the first half. We talked about his hands. You saw just how beautifully he plucks the ball out of the air. And then, how about his speed? We didn't tell you about that leading into the game, but he showed it out there. Man has done it all.
He has. Here's the carry, Krosky Merritt, and he's right at midfield. You talked about Fifita and McMillan. Fifita has thrown 9 passes to McMillan, and T-Mac has caught 6 of those for 208 yards, 3 TDs. The rest of the team, just 6 of 12 for 70 yards.
Yeah, well, you know, if they haven't figured out how to cover him, you can keep throwing to him.
Most ever in a season opener. He's at the top of your screen for T-Mac. And Fifita looking his way. I mean, this guy's got sticky paws.
Yeah.
This kid has got sticky paws.
You know, I said yesterday talking to him, you've got hands like Spider-Man, you know, kind of just, everything sticks to you, like Spider-Man climbing a wall, or Spider-Man touching someone's hair. Everything sticks to his hands. And he said, oh, don't compare me to Spider-Man. He's too small. Too small. Too small.
30-yard pickup.
You know, and he and Fifita have been doing that since they were 14 years old.
The ruling on the field on the previous play was a completed catch. The previous play is under further review.
We'll take another look at it.
And Fifita knows that when McMillan is covered by a single guy, he can still throw it to him and he'll make a play. Even if he's double covered, he'll take the chance.
I think that's good.
That's good. That left foot tap down. Now, both feet come off the turf here.
But that tap right
then
there.
The tap. Then the tap. He's amazing.
Yes, he is.
You know, we talked to him about these skills, and he said, look, you know, he was an elite high school volleyball player. And he says, that's helped him. It's helped him with his timing, with his hands and everything.
That's a college edition of toe drag swag by T-Mac.
I like that.
Shout out Nate Burleson.
Now, does he have control of the ball when he taps?
Got control.
Now he's going to the ground, so he's got to take care of it all the way up.
Right there, at the end.
Good call.
At the end.
Good catch. Good catch on him not catching that. He had the toe drag, but he lost control. And you know the rule is when you leave your feet, you have to control the ball all the way through the process when you fall to the turf. And that look showed you that he didn't have the football.
It's a good catch by our cameraman. Get that look for you.
No surprise there.
If the play stands, that would be 238 yards receiving for him. He'd be just 28 shy of his career high, which is 266.
After review, it was determined that the pass is incomplete. It will be 3rd down and 1 at the previous spot.
So you got to complete the catch, and it was as he was falling, you saw that ball come loose.
Tremendous footwork, but got to hang on to the ball all the way through the process.
So they'll bring back the chains, and we'll be looking at 3rd and 1.
Middle of the field here. I would expect Arizona to run to pick this up. And if they don't pick it up, I think this is one of those 4th down go areas, considering where they are on the field, and we got a 3-point game.
Conley in the backfield.
2 tight ends.
Oh, first down and a whole lot more. And how about 6? 51 yards by Quail Conley. He came over with Brent Brennan from San Jose State and scores his first touchdown as a Wildcat.
Because that offensive line did a tremendous job, and they cut off linebackers as well. Huge hole on the left side. And this is that offensive line that only lost one player, a big player. You think about, was it Jordan Morgan, 1st-round pick? They lost him, but everybody else returned.
Flag comes in on that extra point. Did you see that, the face of Bronco Mendenhall? I mean, you get no call, no catch. You're looking at 3rd and 1.
There are fouls on both teams. Holding, kicking team number 88. Substitution infraction. Defense, 12 players in formation. When it is offset, we'll replay the down.
Longest touchdown run of Quail Conley's career. And this was on 3rd and 1.
Yeah, remember, he played for New Mexico last season, so this is a sweet moment for him. Look at the tremendous blocking on that side. You got your tight ends doing a great job. Miranda showing those Miranda rights there, getting a tremendous block. And then Conley easily finding his way through that big hole.
Ten-point lead now for the Wildcats. They start the second half off with 6. A 10-point lead in the 3rd quarter. This is the Big 12 here on ESPN. 34-24 our score. We've only played 1:20 here in the second half. As Tyler Loop will kick things away. Let's go down to the field. Here's Lauren.
You know, coming out of the locker room, Bronco was fairly pleased, and, you know, he doesn't show a whole lot of emotion. He said, look, we're playing punch for punch. We're out here battling. He said Dampierre and Wysong have really been getting after it, showing the tone for the game. But I got to tell you, he all throughout the week, he coaches him up. He's been very calm on the sidelines, but after that last touchdown that Arizona put in the end zone, he was not too happy about it. You could see the look on his face saying, oh, no, here we go. Definitely a lot of disappointment as they are now trailing 10.
Big offensive series in for him. And here's Sanders. A little misdirection. He picks up 5.
Yeah, Lauren's point is right about the look on his face. He recognized the impact of this, because not what you want to do coming out of the locker room, give up a 3rd and 1 touchdown run like that.
Not from 51 yards out.
Nope, not at all. Huge series like you mentioned here.
Dampierre throwing, and that's complete to Wysong. We haven't said his name in a little bit. That's a 14-yard pickup.
You don't get Arizona playing an awful lot of soft zone as they did that time. And just the curl route behind the safety, in front of the free safety, worked out nicely.
Wysong's got 120 yards receiving. That's a career high for him. Oh, Here's Trey Stoops.
That is the second time tonight, one on each side, that we've seen a ball go off a receiver and picked up by a defensive back. And that was a completion, should have been a completion, that wound up for Stoops as a pick. Just a slant, ball is on time, and got to use your hands.
Sean Miller used his chest.
Yep, that ball will bounce off your pads. Not what we want you to do. Not what we mean by putting your chest in it, right?
Mm-hmm. Fafita looking for T-Mac across the middle. T-Mac, give him another 6. 40 yards out.
Oh, man.
This kid is a baller.
Oh. I mean, he's been better than we advertised. And Fafita has been everything we've said about his accuracy and those intermediate throws over the middle. He gives his receiver a chance to get yards after the catch. And McMillan has the speed to do it. And we've seen that tonight. Wow.
4th touchdown catch of the night. Ties the program singles game record. Jacob Cowing did it last season against USC. It's now 41-24 as Teteroa McMillan with 7 catches, 248 yards receiving. His career high is 266.
He is considered to be a lock to be a top 10 pick in the next NFL draft. The only other receiver who's considered
Arizona,
in his
number
class
16,
is Luther
will be
Burden
number 55.
at Missouri. And those two will jockey for who will be the top receiver taken in the next draft. But the accuracy of his quarterback, giving him a chance to make a play, to get yards after the catch, I mean, this combination is outstanding. Got the protection against a blitz, and he was wide open. Wow.
Fafita has now thrown for over 300 yards and 4 touchdowns, all 4 of them to that man.
Yeah, well, when your offensive line picks up the blitz and you've got a defensive back at the mercy of McMillan, you're in trouble.
You know, since Noah Fafita has thrown that interception in the first half,
Yeah.
touchdown, field goal, touchdown, touchdown.
And that's a lot of McMillan in there, too.
Yes, it is.
So I keep saying McMillan, and you promised him yesterday it would be T-Mac or T-Maculate.
T-Maculate.
Yeah. He's been unbelievable tonight.
Here's Dampier. They're going to have to go to work. And that one to the outside. And they say incomplete.
This is a very dangerous
Moving on the
time.
field is an
The
incomplete
Lobos.
pass. Second down.
They need a drive. They need to get a score to stay within striking distance. Tremendous first half. But the first 2 series by Arizona, they've been pushed to the edge here. They need a stop. They need their defense to have a little time to rest. They got to get a score.
You're going to take another
Moving
look
on
at
the
that
field
play?
is an incomplete pass. Previous play is under further review.
It sounds like another targeting review. Is this for the catch, not for targeting, for the catch?
Did he have control?
Well, he was in bounds, but remember, you've got to control the ball through contact with the ground. And to overturn the call on the field, you need indisputable video evidence. It means everybody's got to look at it and go, yep, that's right. Turn it over.
I just don't know.
Yeah.
Because his back shields it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing enough. Well, you had two officials
Right
disagreeing.
there.
Yeah. The official behind said incomplete. The official in front said catch.
And if you look at Davis's body language, it wasn't like he disputed it when the ref came in and said incomplete.
Mm-hmm. I just don't know that we've seen enough to change the call on the field.
It's right in there. Let's see.
It's hard to call any of that a definitive look.
Mm-hmm. Coach Brennan is looking at it like, no way. He said, no way, that's not a catch, no way.
This has been studied an awful long time.
Otherwise, they'll be looking at 3rd and 10.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. 2nd down.
I think that's the right call. Mm-hmm. Not enough evidence.
So 2nd down and 10 for the Lobos.
Looks like pressure, and they've got a single high defense set up for Arizona. Press coverage on the outside.
Here comes that pressure. Dampier eludes it. Stiff arm. He gets out of bounds at the 30. Dalton Johnson forces him out.
Well, Dampier knew that there wasn't going to be anyone in the secondary really hunting him since it was press man coverage. And that's a little face masking, but how about on the sideline?
Oh.
That's a tough hit. Got to be alert on the sideline.
Yes, you do.
Big 3rd down here for New Mexico.
See if they go to Wysong. That one is good. Trujillo. He takes a licking, but held on to it. It's an 11-yard pickup. They'll move the sticks.
Was that Maldonado who came in with the hit? They've got a couple of safeties that love to hit, and that was a big one, but he didn't jar the ball loose. Good job by Trujillo taking that lick and hanging on to the ball.
Maldonado had a career-high 81 tackles last season. Dampier keeps it. And here comes the flag. Did he take a shot after he slid?
Yeah, that's just not being smart.
It might be Manu.
I mean, when the quarterback slides, he's giving himself up. You can't even touch him.
Dead ball, personal foul, late hit, defense number 5, 15 yards added to the end of the run, 1st down.
It's the right call. I mean, he goes into his slide. There's plenty of time to stay off of him.
So now it'll be marked at the Arizona 39. Manu, by the way, he's got 5 tackles tonight. 2.5 of those for a loss, but that one's costly. Dampier under pressure again, throws, and that's to Ryan Davis. And a little pushing and shoving.
Well, there's been an awful lot going on with the receivers and cornerbacks in this game. A lot of man coverage, a lot of mutual combat, guys, receivers fighting back against defensive backs, and sure there's a little bit of talking going on too.
There's Sanders, gets to the outside and forced out of bounds by Dalton Johnson.
This is a huge, huge red zone opportunity for New Mexico.
They'll move the sticks. That's a first down. They mark it at the 19.
It is amazing how different this offense is from last week. They scored only 14 points last week, and 17 points last week.
Here's Sanders. Patient running. Picks up 4.
Scored 17 points last week, 24 already in this ball game, and they need a touchdown here to stay in contact with Arizona. Brilliant first half by New Mexico. And they're in danger of Arizona really getting up on them if they don't get a score here.
Wysong's at the top of your screen. 3 touchdowns and a field goal for New Mexico in this red zone. They've had 5 opportunities. Here's Dampier. He's inside the 10.
And you just knew that after last week when he only ran it 3 times, that New Mexico would change their offense. And the adjustment tonight has been to get him more involved, to use his legs. But 10 carries, 83 yards or so for him.
Sanders powers his way to about the 7.
You know, the question about Arizona's defense this season was the defensive line, because they lost pretty much their entire defensive line to transfers. They feel like they've got 8, 9 guys who can play. They've been rotating them a lot tonight, part to get everybody in the field, part because it's so hot down there.
Tenth play of this drive. Dampier keeping it. Gets to the edge. Dampier scores. Another rushing touchdown for Devin Dampier.
And Wysong in the end zone with a block. Not a huge knock him on their back block, but he got in the way enough so that there was no one who could come and tackle Dampier. And we knew Dampier had some good speed, but you saw that change of direction when he decided to head left and turned on the jets. And Wysong did a nice job in the end zone of getting in the way so that defender couldn't come up and tackle Dampier.
Devin Dampier is now carried it 11 times, almost for 100 yards. He's got 92 yards rushing and a couple of touchdown runs to go with the 2 he's thrown through the air. This time with his legs, and gets to the edge, and he scores 6. And the Lobos now down just 10.
What does the future look like? How will you ignite it? This is where the future gets fueled, where ideas come to life and identities flourish. This is where we define opportunity as individuals and as a pack. Being a Lobo is about so much more than the classes you take. It's about the mark you make on your world. Because the journey starts here, but it never ends. What will you ignite?
Welcome back to Tucson. 10-point lead. This is Jeremiah Patterson. He's brought down at the 25. Teteroa McMillan now just 18 yards shy of his career high, 35 shy of the school record. And it's a new era for Arizona and the Big 12. 16 teams, Texas, Oklahoma, there in the SEC. You got Arizona, Arizona State, Colorado, and Utah. They've joined this conference this year. Last year, remember, it was Houston, Cincinnati, UCF, and BYU joined the league. This is probably one of the most exciting and deepest leagues in college football. This is Rayshon Luke Speedy. And that's why they call him Speedy. And he's out the midfield. 26-yard pickup for Speedy Luke.
Excellent play call by Dino Babers, the offensive coordinator, expecting a run blitz on first down. Came with the screen pass.
You look at this.
Yeah.
For the past 5 years, the number of games decided by one score, nearly 50% of them in this conference.
And that's continued this weekend.
I think it was Texas Tech in a shootout with Abilene Christian, like 51-52.
Yep.
Fumble. And Krosky or Luke got it back.
You can see the adjustment by New Mexico. Blitzes on first down to try to create a second long situation so that they can play a little bit more pass defense on second and long and third and long and not get caught in single coverage on McMillan.
Now
McMillan.
second and 11.
Yeah, bottom of the screen, McMillan.
He'll go his way. He comes up with another catch.
That's a win for New Mexico. About a 6-7 yard gain. No chance to run with it after the catch. Playing soft zone coverage. Boy, he's got great hands. See how low that football was?
Third down coming.
Bad matchup when you've got McMillan in the slot lined up against what looks like a safety. No one over him right now.
Fafita is looking his way. He's looking his way, but he's going to take off. He's got the first down and more.
Yeah, Fafita wanted to throw the ball to McMillan. No one ever covered McMillan on that play. He simply ran right down the seam, wide open. He was never, ever covered. The idea was to have a linebacker drop. There's no way that's going to happen. Are you kidding me? Wow. They dodged a bullet that time.
Here's Conley. Leaps a tackler. Brought down at the 30.
You know, McMillan was wide open, but Fafita was thinking, let me secure the first down here. He said, my buddy McMillan knows that I'll throw it to him if he's double teamed, triple teamed. Actually, triple team came from the offensive coordinator, Dino Babers, yesterday. He said, we might throw it his way if he's triple teamed.
It's the first time Fafita had even run tonight. This is Krosky Merritt.
More commitment to the run game by Arizona to shorten the game a little bit, give the
Officials
defense a little
timeout for an
chance
injured
to
player.
catch its breath. Put a little bit more pressure on New Mexico by shortening the game.
Looks like we got one of the offensive linemen down for Arizona. The redshirt freshman, Tapa Tao Totai. We'll check on him when we come back. Zone Power. The next stop on the F1 schedule, the Italian Grand Prix. That's at the Monza Circuit. Comes away tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern here on ESPN, ESPN Plus in English and Spanish. And our Grand Prix Sunday pre-race coverage begins at 7:30 a.m. Eastern. Third down, Fifita over the middle. Same story with this guy. And did he get in? They're gonna mark him at the 1.
Yeah, that is just poor situational awareness for the New Mexico secondary. They had trips formation, and he was the closest to the line of scrimmage. Did he actually get in?
Oh,
no,
yes.
Good call.
Great
Good call. And he's short. But he's had a couple plays in a row where when he was in trips or slot, he was essentially uncovered.
He's now got a new career high.
New Mexico has called their first time out of the half. 30-second timeout.
What I don't understand, because is when a receiver is just, killing you the way McMillan has tonight, everyone in the secondary needs to know where he is at all times.
He is now the Arizona single game all-time leader in receiving yards with 285. The old record was 283 by Jeremy McDaniel. That was in 1996 against Cal.
Well, and every time Fifita looks up and he sees that no one is over McMillan, I mean, these guys have played together so long, it doesn't take a signal or anything verbal. They have the nonverbal communication, like, I'm coming to you. There's no one near you.
So first and goal. Conley. Touchdown, Arizona. And a flag.
Offside, defense, number 89. That penalty is declined. Touchdown.
Conley with his second rushing touchdown of the night. Don't forget he went 51 yards to start the second half.
The blocking on the right side of that offensive line, just dominant. And remember, after Rhino got hurt, they moved Jonah Sava-Anaya over to the left side. And then they were still good enough to run back to the right side.
Well, I think you had made a point about whether or not Arizona can run the football, maybe shorten this game, control the clock. You look at the first half, and Wildcats ran it 9 times for just 28 yards. Third quarter, 7 times, 74 yards, a couple of touchdowns.
Yeah, just knowing Dino Babers, the offensive coordinator, and his sense of what they need to do to play complementary football, to help the defense out. He's always had that in mind as a coordinator and as a head coach, and he just felt that was going to come when he saw the halftime stats.
Arizona,
that they only
number
ran it 9
16
times.
will be wearing
that
number
doesn't work.
55.
You talk about a guy who will, without a doubt, be a first-round pick. Look at the night. Tetairoa McMillan, 9 catches, 285 yards. That's now a program single-game record and 4 touchdowns.
And I thought the night that Travis Hunter for Colorado had on Thursday night, I was like, wow, that's amazing. And it still is, because he also played defense. But I haven't seen a receiver this weekend have a night like this man's having.
We get a touchback.
Isn't it cool to have college football back?
Oh, man, it's great.
And here's the other thing. We have the 12-team playoff this year. What that means, as a practical matter, is that when we get to October and early November, instead of there being a race for 5, 6 teams, we may have 30, 35 teams in the mix for getting into the playoff.
It's the beauty, considering it was, what, 4 teams last season. Now you get 12. Dampier under pressure, hit, ball's loose. And a scoop and score. Groves Killebrew. And the onslaught is on here in Tucson.
The ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense for a touchdown.
We started the second half with just a
fumble
3-point
by the
lead.
defense for a touchdown. The previous play is under further review.
Stephen Barron and the crew want to take another look.
Well, yeah, I think that makes sense. I mean, we talked about ball security for Dampier and that he runs a lot holding the ball with one hand and kind of waves it around. And even in the pocket there, as he was breaking down, he only had one hand on the football. We talked about that earlier, and this time it comes out. Now, is it a pass or is it a fumble? The arm has to be coming forward. Any movement forward would make it a pass. Can't tell from that angle, but that is the rule. Any movement to indicate a pass would be treated that way and not a fumble.
It looks like he gave a flick. That was Trey Smith who's making the hit on Dampier.
That does look like a pass. From that angle, it looks like you're right. He did flick it, but we're slowing that down. You know, slow motion. In real time, I'm not sure it looks like a pass. Let's see what the officials have to say. There's real speed.
Here's Stephen Barron.
After review, it was determined that the quarterback's arm was coming forward with the ball in control. It's an incomplete pass. It'll be second down, New Mexico.
All right, take the points off the board.
Yeah, any movement to indicate a pass, and whether that's a flick of the wrist or the arm coming forward.
Second and 10 for the Lobos from their own 25.
Will change in the secondary for Arizona. Genesis Smith has replaced Maldonado, who got hurt earlier in the game.
And we got offsides.
Offside, defense number 92, 5-yard penalty, first down. Correction, second down.
That's Chuba Ma'ai.
Yeah, Ma'ai is a UC Davis transfer, 350 pounds, part of that rotation Arizona uses.
And wrapped up is Sanders as Genesis Smith. They love this kid's ball skills.
Yeah, he's from Chandler, Arizona, about 90 minutes away.
New Mexico 4 of 7 on third down. Dampier throwing. He's got a man, and what the catch, Trujillo, he dropped it.
Trujillo did the scramble drill. He came from the other side to try to help his quarterback, and actually Dampier threw that ball deep before Trejo realized exactly where it was going, had to turn and try to find it like a center fielder in baseball, and got his hands on it. That's tremendous ball skills to find that.
And Marquise Groves Killebrew.
So close.
Talk about ball skills to knock it away.
Yep.
Rodriguez in to punt things away. Jack Luttrell. And another flag.
Ball start, offense, number 34, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Coming up on that 2-minute timeout. Oof, that was almost blocked.
And that hit an Arizona player.
Yes, it did. And it's Lobos football.
You know, the responsibility of the return man is to yell to his teammates the code word for when there's a poor kick like that, so you don't get hit. And sometimes that word is Peter.
Kick was touched
and
by
you should hear that and try to get out of the way.
1st down.
Find the ball. Now I'm sure he's being told, get away, whether that's Peter, or something else. Never moves or looks for the ball.
That was Hiram Hatch. Came up with the recovery. Here's Sanders. Give him one.
We were talking earlier about Danny Gonzalez, the linebackers coach and special teams coordinator, was the head coach at New Mexico last season. His alma mater fired him after 3 years, 4 years.
Here's Dampier. He'll keep it. And forced out of bounds.
You know, Danny Gonzalez felt some type of way about that because, you know, he was trying to rebuild the program, and a lot of things happened while he was the head coach, including, you know, a pandemic, and then all the changes in college football with name, image, and likeness and transfers, and he was trying to weather that. Yet his alma mater let him go. And he's over here at Arizona, one of the 2 head coaches on the staff with Brennan, along with Dino Babers.
Dino Babers. 3rd and 6. Off the hands of Trujillo.
It looked like he tried to catch that with his body again. We've already seen a couple balls bounce off of receivers tonight when they've done that. There was a lot on that ball, a lot of pace on it.
So 4th and 6. I think you got to go for it here.
I agree. Yeah,
got to go for it.
No brainer here. A punt does you no good.
They'll go empty set. Trips at the top. Dampier throws. And a flag comes in as Wysong comes up with the catch. Been a lot of laundry this quarter.
Holding, offense, number 76, 10-yard penalty, 4th down.
The big wall. He had a rough first quarter.
He is Unamba, 6'4", 330. Was flagged, as you mentioned earlier in the ball game. And you get those hands outside of the chest area, the body frame, you're going to get flagged.
So Rodriguez will punt this away. Genesis Smith at his own 5. "34-yard punt." Make sure you cap off your Labor Day weekend with some more college football. Our lineup Monday night on ESPN is Boston College, Florida State. We've got coverage for you that begins at 7:30 Eastern.
A tremendous day of college football today. You know, we talked about Miami and Cam Ward and how great they looked, and how about UGA? I mean, Georgia with the beat down on Clemson. And we still have more tomorrow. LSU, USC, and Florida State and Boston College Monday night. Not a bad weekend.
Here's Krosky Merritt. Stays on his feet, first down, about 15. Christian Ellis makes the stop.
That's the end of the third quarter.
That'll be his 8th carry of the night.
We got one more quarter to play. And it's the Wildcats. A 17-point lead on the Lobos here in Tucson.
You put up 3 touchdowns, some disappointing calls. In your words, describe what you saw there.
Oh, shoot. I mean, there's just some tough lessons we're learning in our first game together, but I love the way our guys are responding to adversity, and we just got to keep making plays and keep being stingy when it gets in the red zone.
What are the keys to put this one away?
We got to get some run game going, which we started off that series there with a nice run by Bill, and so I think we got to control the field a little bit and do a great job playing defense. Simple, just play good football.
Thanks.
Good football.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.
Well, I just want to explain that because he said by Bill, and that's Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. That's what they call. And we said, why do you call him Bill? He said, you know, I don't know.
I don't know.
He just said, call me Bill. Everyone calls him Bill.
Yeah. And we saw him before the game. We tried to ask him. He said, hey, just call me Bill.
That's what he said. Call me Bill. Fafita. That's the Malachi Riley.
The other thing you got from that interview is just how chill, how relaxed Brennan is. You know, he told us that being mentored by the late, great Dick Tomey, he learned the most important thing, that Dick Tomey told him, football is not complicated. People are complicated. Keep that in mind and you'll handle your team just fine. So his focus is on people and not thinking football's all that complicated.
Third down. And T-Mac across midfield. And this guy has now over 300 yards receiving.
How? Why? Why is he completely left alone? I mean, when New Mexico puts on the tape and looks at this, they'll say, okay, something's wrong, missed assignment, but at the very least, someone should be standing over him or within 3 or 4 yards of him.
304 yards receiving for Teteroa McMillan. Conley swirling. Picks up a good 5 before Avenger.
You can see why. You can see why Brennan was so excited and the Arizona fans were so excited when Fafita and McMillan said they were coming back. I mean, this is Brennan's first game. This is his first real chance to see these guys in person. He's got to be going, oh my goodness, I knew I was lucky, but this is amazing.
Merritt brought down close to the 30. Another 8-yard pickup. Another chunk yard pickup, and they keep the clock rolling.
You think you know how good players are based on what you've seen on film and in practice, but you really don't know until you're in a live game situation with the crowd and the lights on. And now he knows just how special a couple players he has on that offense.
Oh boy, here goes Krosky Merritt, a flag. It would be a 28-yard pickup, but that thing's coming back.
Yeah, you know how badly he wanted a touchdown?
Offense number 73, 10-yard penalty enforced from the spot of the foul. First down.
Matthew Lotto.
True freshman. But Bill wanted that touchdown against his old teammates.
By the way, T-Mac now with 304 yards receiving, fourth player with 300 or more receiving yards in a Big 12 game.
There's Lotto, you see, just coming out to grab the defensive back. Didn't let go.
Here's Fafita. Uncorks one to the end zone for Riley. Incomplete.
A great, great play by Taylor, the cornerback on that side. And just because that left hand is draped around the back, that is not pass interference. You can get leverage. That is fine as leverage, as long as you don't turn the receiver around. That's a good play.
Rayshawn Speedy Lucas checked into the game in the backfield. And Chris Hunter makes the catch.
Arizona moving the launch point to get Fafita away from some of the pressure because New Mexico had been bringing blitzes inside. They move him away, give him a chance to be free and to see downfield a little clearly. Although, you know, surprisingly, they say he never has any trouble in the pocket seeing down the field, even though he's only about, 5'10" or so.
Fafita has now thrown for over 400 yards, 423 to be exact. And I think we get a timeout by New Mexico.
New Mexico has called their second timeout of the half.
We got about 10 minutes, 31 seconds left in this one. Arizona up 48-31.
Just tell Siri, show me the college football scores.
Back here in Tucson, 17-point lead for the Wildcats. Fafita looking for T-Mac to the end zone. And incomplete. By the way, in case you were wondering, last guy to catch over 300, Jackson Smith and Jigba. About 3 seasons ago, had 347 in the Rose Bowl against Utah. As we take a look at this week's college football rankings, brought to you by Allstate. We said going into this game that Arizona had the second longest win streak in the country. The longest, of course, the defending national champions, Michigan.
See all the W's there, week one.
And here's Quail Conley, and Quail Conley's got 3 touchdowns on the night. That one from 23 yards out.
How frustrated do you think Bronco Mendenhall is when he looks across the way and goes, that guy was our running back here last year, and we're playing against him tonight, and he's got 3 touchdowns against us? We could have used him on our side. No disrespect to Sanders, obviously.
Well, and he came over too, though, from San Jose State because he was with Brennan. Extra point is good.
And Conley is a 2-time transfer from Utah Tech to San Jose State. And now to Arizona. Knows the offense really well and has been the guy that folks have leaned on to help them figure it all out. Just a little counter. Everybody's on skates for the New Mexico defense, being pushed back 3, 4, 5 yards. And Conley is close to 100 yards on the night. We talked about this at halftime, about the focus and change by Arizona to run the ball more because they only had 29 yards in the first half, and they have certainly focused on that.
Look at what these teams have done in the red zone. Heck of a night for those two. One over 300 yards receiving, the other one over 400 yards passing.
The Big 12 is going to be fascinating this season. You mentioned all the one-score games that they've historically had, and, pick it out of a hat. Who's going to win it? Utah, Iowa State, Kansas State, Arizona. I think it's pretty wide open.
You can see these guys have been playing together since middle school and Servite High School there in California. Been a lethal duel for a long time.
Sort of amazing to have 4 guys from one high school in the same recruiting class wind up at the same college. Now, a lot of that was because, Fifita went out of his way to encourage the other 3 to join him at Arizona.
Here's Dampier. Avoids the rush, throws it away. Let's go down to the field, and Lauren Sisler.
Guys, it was definitely an interesting timeline. You mentioned if Fifita committed first, he tried to bring everybody along. It was Keon Burnett next, then Manu, and then T-Mac, the last piece of the puzzle, keeping everybody waiting. And one night, all 4 of the guys were out playing basketball, and they're sitting here like, it's 2 days after signing day. What are you going to do, dude? Finally, he signed his letter of intent, showed the guys. They all went nuts. They were excited about it. He said, look, I was kind of waiting because I really wanted to go to Oregon. It was my lifelong dream. I was chasing the jersey, but I knew in the end I wanted to be with my boys.
And Arizona is happy for it. And that one in the ground intended for Ryan Davis.
Late flag.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 91, defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. That's number 91's first unsportsmanlike conduct foul.
It's Isaiah Johnson, the redshirt sophomore defensive end out of Camden, New Jersey. That is not a good play.
No, because he gives the Lobos new life, and especially when you're trying to just put the game away. Off the edge, the pressure. Dampier avoids it and somehow gets it out to his tight end, Bruckler, but it's incomplete.
That young man has never given up. 100 yards rushing, 18 of 34 passing. One of those interceptions really not his fault, as it bounced off the chest of a receiver.
Here's Jacobs. So Arizona came into this season, preseason, picked 3rd in the Big 12. You getting a first look at them here, Rob. What do you think of your thoughts of Arizona in this conference?
Big 12 is wide open. Arizona offensively can play with anybody. They're going to have to work some things out defensively. But in the Big 12, if you can't score, you can't win, because it's been a wide open conference, you know, for years. So what this offense will do is give them a shot in every game.
You talked about how wide open the parity is just amazing when you talk about the Big 12, because there's been 4 different Big 12 champions over the last 4 seasons.
Yeah, and they're the top 3 projected for this year, but that doesn't even include Iowa State.
Here's 4th and 1. Full house. And he ran right into the line. I don't know if he got it. That was Nequari Rogers.
I think the second effort
gives it to him.
Yeah, he ran right into the back of his own offensive lineman, like he had his eyes closed. And then when he opened his eyes, he said, oh, the hole is to the left. Let me go get this. Hey, he runs right into the back of his own guys. And then he figures out it's to the left. Let me move over there. Way to keep your legs moving.
Here's Dampier, he'll take off. Takes a hit inside the 25. Dalton Johnson.
Yeah, you'd like for him to get down. You know, he slid earlier in the game, but man, he is a competitor. He's trying to get more points, get into the end zone. To him, this game is not over, but you don't want him taking unnecessary shots like that, because they got a long season ahead of him.
121 yards rushing for him.
Yeah, he's taken some hits tonight. He's rushed the ball 14 times already and been hit in the pocket a few more.
Here's Jacobs.
What's your reaction to Arizona and how they look and how you see them in the Big 12?
Well, again, when you look at the parity of this division, I mean, they've had 4 different teams that have been champions over the past 4 years.
Yep.
7 different teams have played in the championship game.
Yep.
So, again, as you talk, it's wide open.
Yeah.
And if you can score, you can win in the Big 12, and Arizona can definitely do that.
I mean, I get why people like Utah. I mean, I like Utah too. Cam Rising is back. But you look at what Kansas has, what Kansas State has, and Iowa State has 20 starters back. This thing is wide open.
And here you got more flags coming in after the play is over. And if you're Coach Brennan, you are not happy about these penalties your defense are getting when you're trying to saw the game away.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 1 of the defense. That 15, that better be enforced half the distance to the goal. That's number 1, second unsportsmanlike conduct.
He's got to go.
He's ejected.
That's the second on Tacario Davis.
Yeah, he can't have that. He is too important to allow his emotions to get in the way to where he's out of a game, even in a game that's decided like this.
I remember that first half after that extra point. Looked as if he was giving somebody an extra hit.
Yeah, and he's got a bright future. He is a projected first-round pick as a corner. And the left hit. You know, he and Wysong were going at it all night.
9 penalties now for 100 yards is Arizona. You talk about that's something you got to clean up.
Yeah.
It'll cost you in big games.
Yeah. And he's learning a lesson tonight. He got 2 of those. You know,
he's got to leave.
You can jaw with receivers, but you cannot allow the receiver to get under your skin and force you to do something like that. I mean, if you're going to dish out the talk, you got to be able to take it a little bit without responding. Because you respond, you're going to get flagged. They will see the response every single time.
And here comes more flags.
And we were talking about Davis as a potential first-round pick. Arizona actually has 3 potential first-round picks on this team.
Substitution infraction. Offense broke the huddle with 12 players. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Those potential first-round picks are Davis at corner, McMillan wide receiver, and Sava Ainaya at the right tackle offensive lineman spot because he can play more than just the right tackle. There you see the rankings for those 3.
According to our Field Yates, our NFL insider.
Yeah, and here's the thing: when you got 3 potential first-round picks on your team, you should be able to compete for the conference championship.
Absolutely. We've had over 1,000 total yards of offense here. That's incomplete. Intended for Luke Wysong.
I've been impressed with him.
Oh, without question.
He is a competitor. He's a fighter. He's got good hands. He was not intimidated by the fact that he was going up against a very good secondary. And, you know, Davis is highly touted. He took him on, and he's made some big plays tonight. 8 catches, 129 yards, and a touch.
Third and goal. Thirteenth play of this drive. Damp to the end zone. Touchdown. Caleb Medford. That's the first time we've called his name all night, the junior out of Texas. He transferred in from TCU. Led the team in receptions and receiving yards last season because Wysong was injured.
Yeah, and Medford is not 100%, but when they get him back to full strength, that combination of Medford and Wysong is going to be a problem for a lot of defenses. Nice, good route to get inside of the coverage and show his quarterback, Dampier, his numbers. He beat a good defensive back there in Stukes.
Lobos would go for 2. Dampier converts to Sanders. So now the lead just 14. And we still got 4:44 to play.
ESPN College Football is presented by IHG Hotels and Resorts. 19 hotel brands, 1 loyalty program. Download the app.
Four minutes, 44 seconds left. The lead is 16 for the Lobos, down 16 to Arizona. So you need a couple of scores, a couple of 2-point conversions, and maybe an onside kick.
Got to start with the onside kick.
Looks like the Wildcats have brought that hands team on.
trying to kick it where they ain't.
Yeah. Here's Wiki. Kick it. See if they get that bounce.
Guess who gets it?
Oh, yeah. you know that guy's gonna. Yeah. They're gonna go right. That football's gonna go right to number 4. Last 4 minutes of this game when we come back.
Honor those who serve, brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union. Brewer was in the United States Navy from 2015 to 2024, serving in the Navy Special Operations for 9 years. His primary responsibility was disarming bombs and IED. Brewer is the oldest position player, and overall, he is the 6th oldest player in the game. Thank you, Colby, for your service and all the men and women in our country.
Second, certainly echo that.
Absolutely.
There's Krosky Merritt. By the way, Arizona, if you look at their last 6 possessions, 5 touchdowns, 3 of those have come on the ground, and a field goal.
Yeah, that was the halftime talk, the halftime adjustment. All right, we're done just throwing it around. We're going to show a little physical sturdiness. We're going to run the football, and they did that in the second half. You know, plus McMillan, right?
Oh, without question.
Or T-Mac, as you like to call him.
Kedrick Reese-Cano has come in. And there's Reese-Cano there getting the carry. Coach Brennan in his head coaching debut as head coach at Arizona. And he's about 3.5 minutes away from his first win.
How sweet is that for him? You know, he told us yesterday this is his dream job.
Dream job. I mean, started as a GA here. His brother played receiver here at Arizona. His wife went here to Arizona. Dick Tomey was his mentor.
Comes back, gets this job, and has a team that was fully loaded as of January 1. Then a mad rush to transfer after Jedd Fisch left. And had it not been for his 2 best players, Fifita and McMillan, stepping up and saying, nope, we're not leaving, we're staying here, they would have lost a lot more players. And the 78 players who remain give Arizona a chance to be a threat in the Big 12.
Well, you got to give him credit, too, talking about Coach Brennan, because after he got the job, you know, he told, oh, boy, there's a big hole.
Wow.
And there's the touchdown that Krosky Merritt has been wanting. He gets a touchdown run from 36 yards out against his former squad.
He's been waiting for that all night. And they caught New Mexico in a little blitz. Linebackers attacking the B gaps. And the offensive line just turned everybody else to the outside and right through that A gap. Watch him come right up the middle here. Everybody else, linebackers are gone because they were attacking the line of scrimmage. No safety in position. Good for the young man who was running the rock for New Mexico last season.
106 yards rushing for him tonight against his former team, and a touchdown. Whoa. That fell apart. Well, you know what? Today's a special day because 29 years ago, on this day in '96, my partner, first broadcast. Oh boy, he was slumming. He had to go all the way to Hawaii. To do this one. Called that game with the great Charlie Steiner.
Charlie Steiner.
You remember that?
I do. Man, you know, casual wear. We were on the Deuce, as it was known back then. It was our first broadcast, and we had a blast with it. It was awesome, you know, and who knew that would be my first game at ESPN was in Hawaii.
How about that?
Yeah, you know.
29 years ago.
Unbelievable.
It's something.
It's been a fun ride.
It has been.
Let's keep it going.
Listen, I'm just happy. Past couple of seasons, I've got it. Let's get.
Hey, this one's going to be awesome.
Let's do 29 more.
I don't know about that, but a few more, but not 29.
Just 2 minutes and 24 seconds left in this one.
Yeah.
As Arizona looks to carry and close this one out. By the way, can we get another Hawaii trip? I mean, I'd love to. That's on my bucket list of Hawaii. Look at that.
Yeah.
Paisley shirt by Charlie, huh? And you and no tie, huh?
No tie, a little casual vest on, you know. The problem was the Hawaiian people were not happy that we weren't wearing, you know, the local Hawaiian shirts.
Oh.
I never did that again.
Well,
Hawaiian shirts thereafter.
Let's correct it. Let's go to Hawaii.
All right.
And wear some Hawaiian shirts. I'm with it.
I have no problem with that. It's a shorter flight for me than it is for you.
You're right. You're absolutely right. New quarterback here for the Lobos, Isaiah Chavez. Chavez, of course, the redshirt senior, walk on. Started as we come on the close to that 2-minute timeout.
2-minute timeout.
Last 2 minutes of this game when we come back. 61-39 to score. The ESPN College Football presented by IHG Hotels and Resorts. Modelo kickoff week, and coming up as soon as we're done, Sports Center from Los Angeles, Steven Nelson. Shout out my man Stan Verrett. They'll have highlights for you, of course, Notre Dame and A&M. How about Michigan and Oregon both struggling, and then Dodgers, D-backs, some baseball highlights for you as well.
I just know that Stan's going to be pretty dialed in for that LSU game.
Oh, without question.
Tomorrow night against USC.
Yeah.
His Bayou brothers.
Absolutely. Hey, it's been all about T-Mac, and that's Wildcats 1 for 3 on third down tonight. Here's Fafita. Plenty of time. Throwing, and that's complete. To T-Mac. T-Mac. A house call. Again. It's his third. This one from 78 yards out. .304 yards receiving. A new Arizona record. 10 catches. 4 touchdowns on the night for T-Mac. Teteroa McMillan. What a night for this young man.
Yeah, he's
second most in Big 12 history, that 304 yards receiving.
Yeah, he'll be pleased to hear Custer's call because you did him right.
Oh, man.
What a night, huh?
Noah Fafita, 422 yards through the air. 4 of his TDs.
Because
all
of the injured offensive player, there will be a 10-second runoff.
He's got to be
please reset the game clock to 1:31.
National Player of the Week, or at least really in consideration for that. Can't believe he would not be with this performance.
Lauren?
And guys, we talk about the best duo in the country. I went over and asked Fafita's dad, Les, what he thought about it. And he said, well, they've got great chemistry. They spend a lot of time off the field together. He said, yeah, they're the best duo in the country. But of course, when you have a guy like T-Mac, anybody could throw to him. Even I could throw to him, and he'd probably be the best player in the country. And of course, it's funny because Les said that they don't have any quarterbacks in their family except for Noah. He was a linebacker, and so it's interesting how the chain of command has happened. Of course, Noah stepping up as a quarterback. It's been a pretty interesting storyline.
A special combination.
627 yards of offense is what Arizona racked up this evening. Big hits. This was the 68th meeting between these two programs. Last time they met, 2015, that was the New Mexico Bowl. Arizona won that one by 8.
I think right now, if I'm New Mexico, I don't want my quarterback to take any more hits. Keep him healthy. He's run the ball 14 times. He's been hit a couple times. Keep him healthy. This offense is really dependent upon him.
Don't forget LSU, USC. Watch that tomorrow night, 7:30. So New Mexico will now fall to 0-2 for the second time since 2015. And they've now lost 9 straight to Big 12 opponents since 2006. Wildcats will open the season 1-0. And the first victory for Brent Brennan as head coach at Arizona.
Arizona,
a 22-point victory for the Wildcats, partner.
Yeah, Arizona will get ready for Northern Arizona. It gets equally difficult for New Mexico after a bye week. They'll play Auburn. But lots of improvement for New Mexico this week, particularly on the offensive side. The points they put up, 39 compared to the 17 they scored last week. Too much talent on that Arizona offense for them to hang with them for 4 quarters. They did it through halftime, and that was about all she wrote.
$100 points scored here tonight. 61 of them, though, by those Wildcats. Let's go down to the field with the man who had the biggest night of them all, T-Mac.
What are we waiting for? We are waiting for the man of the hour, the man of the game, T-Mac, setting records, 4 touchdowns, 304 yards. How does it feel to get back out here and play ball?
Man, it feels amazing, man. The last 4 months, I've been grinding, ready to get back on the field. Being able to just play with my brothers again, it's just a true blessing, man. Like I said, regardless of the records, man, I'm just happy to just be back on the field with my brothers.
Look, you got your wide receiver coach, Bobby Wade, and you made a comment saying that get used to being second. Take us through that, because you set a record tonight, and it seems like you're going to set a few more.
I mean, shoot, that's the plan. I told Coach Bobby when I first got here, when he first got here, I told him get comfortable being second, because me personally, I think he's the best receiver in Arizona history. And he tells me all the time records are supposed to be broken, and I'm coming for that top spot.
A lot of questions on whether you all would be back here at Arizona. What was the decision? What went into it? Why'd you come back?
Man, just everybody in this building. The brotherhood that we already had, the culture that we had set in here. We just didn't want to leave this building. And as well as the legacy that we already had began over here, we want to continue this legacy. At the end of the day, we came to Tucson to be program changers. And hopefully Tucson, y'all can find pride in our play.
All right, thanks so much, T-Mac. Go enjoy this one.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, back to you.
Okay, Arizona 1-0. An impressive home opener. Your final thoughts?
I think that duo is the best in college football. I think he's the best receiver in college football. Phenomenal opening night for him. And Arizona's going to be a problem in the Big 12. They can score with anybody. And New Mexico is building, and this was an improvement for them from last week.
Congratulations to Coach Brent Brennan in his season debut. Our final score, Arizona 61, New Mexico 39. For Rod Gilmore and Lauren Sisler, Greg Pike, our producer, I'm Brian Custer. Coming up next, Sports Center, Steven Nelson, Stan Verrett. It's all you.